the process of corruption and the fight against corruption, I think always begins as an internal battle. I think about this as all my years working at the CIA and not saying anything against it. When I had questions, when I saw things that I disagreed with, going, as you said, I'm a part of a system. I'm just a guy at a desk. It's not for me to decide here what is right and wrong. And then going to the NSA and higher levels. But each of us in our lives, each of us in our work, we're all parts of different systems. Whether we're talking agencies, institutions, news organizations, or communities and societies, if we all engage in the same thinking, it's not for me to decide what's right and wrong. We're letting other people make those decisions for us. And unfortunately, in our highly complex and highly organized society, it's a very small group who get to decide what's right and wrong for all of us. And as you said earlier, they think the law is always on their side, right? What's right is what's right for them. What's wrong is what's wrong for them. And we need to democratize that. We need to be wider about that. And I think this is one of the crucial roles that journalism has, investigative journalism has in society, is when I talked before about the 2013 reporting of mass surveillance. There's this distance between suspicion. We all think the government is doing something, or we all think some bad thing is happening, climate change, and the fact of something is happening, the evidence, the documents, the recording, the proof, the science, and then convincing the world, not forcing the world, but persuading the world, convincing the world that it is correct. And I think this actually is a noble task. The question is just, we have so many power structures, as you talked about, that are trying to hijack this process. We have, that paint barrel of state propaganda that's trying to take this broadcast power, this mass communication, and force it to convince people of things, or persuade it to convince people of things that are not true, because it's right for them. But ultimately, every one of those writers, every one of those photographers, every one of those authors, thinkers, even every one of those people who's just on the couch at home watching TV, they all have to have something that they're thinking. They're all individuals. They all have a voice. And for me, the question is, like with the change in my life, like the change in your life, whether it comes from your story and the things that you saw as a child, your parents and your experiences, or whether it's what you witnessed, that you're not an extraordinary person, that you don't have an extraordinary background, but as you said, there's something happening outside, some crime, and you didn't close the curtains, but instead you went outside and you picked up a camera. People can change things. Maybe they can't fight the whole system. Maybe they can't bring it down, as you said, particularly not alone, because as individuals, we're weak, we're exposed, we're vulnerable. But one person with a camera, one person with a pencil, they can convince other people. And that's how every revolution begins. That's why every, authoritarian system is afraid of the students. The students are poor. They don't have anything. They have nothing but passion and connection, because there's many of them around. Where do you